everyone. This is Nina MD, Beverly Hills Fusion of Science and Beauty. Welcome to my show. And we're actually going to have another phenomenal guest that's going to speak on a topic that's, again, near and dear to our hearts, and that's cancer. Her name is Jenny Herbacek, and she's a registered nurse. She's been a registered nurse for many, many years, very experienced, and an author of a new book. Her book is called Cancer Free, Are You Sure? Now, she will tell you that she was diagnosed with cancer in 2009, and she is on a mission to change the way cancer is detected. And I shared that vision with her because I have been doing lectures on metabolic cancer testing, which means that before a cancer can anatomically we can discover it, like when you do a test like an X-ray or you get a CT scan, before that a cancer gets discovered that way. What are the metabolic, like what are any blood tests or anything that we can do that on a biochemical level we can detect that you might have cancer cells that are way out of, that are in increasing proportion. We actually have cancer cells in our body every day. But when the cancer burden reaches, the cells reach, keep multiplying to a level where you actually get what we call anatomical lesions, then it becomes very, very important to figure out what's going on. So, Jenny, are you here with me?
Hi.
Hi. Listen, I am so happy that you were able to come on the show today, and I know you had to go through loops and bounds to kind of get to the show, and I really appreciate that. But I want you to tell the audience a little bit about the story, and really how all of this happened, and what's your journey?
Right. Well, it started back in 2009 when I was diagnosed with breast cancer. And I am a registered nurse, but I did not practice in the oncology field. I practiced in neonatology.
And Jenny, what kind of cancer were you diagnosed with?
Right. I knew nothing about cancer.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, I immediately wanted the cancer out as fast as possible. I went and I did chemo surgery. And after that, I went to a breast cancer support group because I thought, I need to make sure that my body's healed. And when I went to that first support group, every lady in the room introduced herself and was telling her story and what kind of cancer she had. And half of these ladies had had a recurrence of the cancer.
Yeah.
And as these ladies told their story, I thought, oh, my goodness,
yeah.
Do I have a target on my back or what?
Yeah.
Because all of these ladies were told they were cancer-free. They had clean surgical margins. They had clean PET scans, but yet the cancer had returned in another organ. And the sad thing was these ladies were thrilled with their doctors. They were all wearing pink, caps with the rhinestones and mugs that were pinked out with the pink ribbons and T-shirts. And they were so happy, even though they were vomiting and they had no hair. I thought something is wrong. But what I want to say is, if you think about this, we can take a cell. Scientists have been doing this for years. We can take a cell and we can look down to we can map the human genome. We can look at the telomeres. We can look at all the DNA. And so we can even take like a plant seed and we can inject DNA from another species into that DNA and make that plant still grow. So do you really think that we can't find cancer until it's big enough to show up on an imaging test?
Exactly. We should.
When you think about that, you think, wow, somebody's not telling the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yeah.
Because I was told at the time I had my diagnosis that I had cancer for 7 to 8 years by two of my doctors and 8 to 10 years by another doctor. And I thought, wow, we can send a text message from Florida to California, but we can't find cancer until it's big enough to show up on a PET scan or be a big enough lump or bump to be palpated or for someone to stick a needle in.
Right, exactly. Like you can't find a test that's going to be able to detect cancer cells at a cellular level, correct? At a cellular level.
Right. I couldn't understand why we can do all this supposedly with the DNA, but yet we can't find cancer. So that got me on my journey. I actually feel like there was a test that I actually, after that horrible breast cancer support meeting that was not very supportive, I got in my car and drove 4 hours to Dallas, Texas. I'm in the Houston area.
Yeah.
And I met with a chiropractor, and I asked him, hey, I want to build up my immune system. And he said, well, first, let's make sure you don't have cancer. And I said, wait a minute. I said, I know I don't have cancer. And he said, how do you know? And I said, well, because I have clean surgical margins and a clean PET scan.
Right.
And he said, would you please bear with me and let's just make sure you don't have cancer. And that is when I first learned about circulating tumor cells.
Exactly.
And I learned that any tumor over about 2 millimeters has a little network of blood vessels that it grows so that the tumor can be fed. These tumors just don't live without, they have to have nutrition or they're going to die.
Yeah.
They have to have, they rob from the body. And to think you can go in and cut it out is a little bit presumptuous.
Right.
I thought that by having my breast tissue removed, I was going to cure myself of breast cancer. But all I did was keep that cancer from coming back in the tissue that they put in the trash can.
Right.
So anyway, I let him take my blood and he sent it to RGCC in Greece.
So you know about the Greek. So you know about the Greek test, yeah. You know about the Greek test, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. So, and I really want to talk to you all about Oncoblot too.
Oncoblot's amazing. Yeah.
Wonderful things going on, and I can give you an update to your listeners on that test. But anyway, of course, it came back, and I had 14.2 per 7.5 circulating cancer cells in my blood. Uh-huh. And people say to me, Jenny, everybody has cancer cells, and yes, we do, but the immune system should kill them at the time that they're birthed. It should go after them and attack them, and a lab should not be able to pull them out of your blood and harvest them.
Right.
And you have that, you have a problem because, then that means we're all walking around with cancer. Why don't we all go get some chemotherapy? I mean, that argument doesn't fly when you really explain it to people.
Yeah.
Anyway, so basically, if anyone knows what a insulin syringe looks like, I had a little 1 cc syringe. I had over 2 cancer cells in every syringe. If you put all my blood in a bunch of little insulin syringes, that's a lot of cancer.
Right.
And all of a sudden, the light bulb came on as to why these ladies who had clean surgical margins and clean PET scans had a recurrence in their liver or their bones, and some of them had brain metastasis.
Right.
And
because none of them were ever told, hey, you may still have some circulating cancer cells, and you need to maybe work on boosting up your immune system, change your lifestyle, diet, right?
Right. They didn't even know what these words meant because as I started to learn, I actually went and spoke to the group when I was starting to write the book, because when I figured out all the information that I figured out, I thought, why in the world didn't my regular doctor offer me one of these tests, even just something as simple as a nagalase level? Because every year when I would go to my annual physical, my labs were fine. My cholesterol was fine. My sugar was fine. My CBC was fine. Everything was fine.
That's conventional tests. Those tests are so archaic. Those tests are archaic because it's so conventional. Exactly.
But yet, all this time I had cancer growing. Remember, 7 to 8 years I had this.
Mm-hmm.
And so what I want the listeners to know is we can do better. And I've done the research for you. And I know there are all these new tests coming out, but what I have are 10 tests in my book, and I tell people what phone number to call, what website to go.
What is that? What is the name of your book?
Okay, it's Cancer Free. Are you sure?
Okay.
And the reason I have that title is people tell me all the time that they're cancer free, and I say, "Are you sure?" And they say, "Oh yes, I have clean surgical margins and a clean PET scan, or I just went to the doctor and I have a good physical."
Yeah.
And say, "Well, does your doctor want to see you every year, every 6 months?" And they go, "Yes." I'm like, "Well, you might want to make sure your doctor is sure."
So what is a website? What's your website?
So it's www.cancerfreeareyousure.com.
No, that's fabulous. And if people come to that website, they can learn, and they can and through your book they can read about what are the 10 cancer, maybe what other ways they can actually test for cancer, right?
Right.
I so agree with you. Well, can you briefly touch on Oncoblot, because I love that company. I actually had them on my show several weeks ago. And I just think it's just a great test. I know we're getting close to running out of time, but just sum it up.
Okay, I'll do it really quick. Oncoblot is one of my favorite tests if you've never been diagnosed with cancer. Because they tested the ENOX2 protein, and the ENOX2 protein is only produced by cancer cells.
Yep.
So if you have ENOX2 protein in your blood, you have cancer. They can find an ENOX2 protein when you have as many as only 2 million cancer cells. I know that sounds like a big number, but that is actually the size of the tip of a pen. If you just put a pen mark on a piece of paper, they can find it when there's that much cancer. It's that early. They can find it years before the lump or bump. They can find it years before you would ever see it on a mammogram, a PET scan, a PSA, or a biopsy.
Absolutely.
And not only that, if you have one of the 27 major types of cancer, they can identify based on the osmolarity point of that, of the ENOX2 protein, they can tell you the site of origin.
Absolutely.
And then guess what? You have a motivation to make some change, to seek out an integrative clinician, to change your diet, to start doing some detox.
Jenny, in your opinion, I just want, and I know we're so running out of time, in 20 seconds or less, what is the one or two things what we can do? Just tell me just one or two things, whether it's a food or whatever. Just give me a tip.
First of all, get tested. If your doctor won't test you, get my book, take it to them, get a new doctor. Second, you have to make sure that you're getting good nutrition and you're detoxing. Cancer is a disease of toxicity and deficiency.
Hey, listen, Jenny, thank you. I would love to get you back on my show. Thank you. Everybody heard her. Jenny Urbacek, her book is Cancer Free, Are You Sure? And go to that website, cancerfreeareyouSure.com. Thank you so much. We'll be back with my next guest, Nina MD, Fusion of Science and Beauty, right here in Beverly Hills, you guys. We'll be right back.